மறக்காம சர்ப்ரைஸ் பண்ணுங்க. Thank you.
Okay, welcome back, guys. And in this video, I want to show a position I actually had just a few days ago. I was playing a Blitz tournament. It was a Chicago Open Blitz side event, and I reached this position. I'll go back quickly and show how we got to this position. It was another one of these copycat variations where Black plays Bishop f5, and of course I go for the very principled pawn c4, c6, and queen b3. And I don't think we've gotten to this line yet in the course where Black plays queen b6, and then I go for the immediate c5. I think I mentioned this in another video, where White is usually pretty happy here, having the half-open A file, having a space advantage on the queen side, and some long-term potential to play the vengeful b4 and b5. So going forward here, we just played a few more moves: knight b d7, knight c3, and then my opponent played knight h5. Now I do want to note, up until this point, I was playing my moves very quickly, and so was my opponent, and my opponent just blitzed out knight h5, so I thought that maybe he was in some sort of opening preparation. And I will say it was a 5-minute game, and I probably took about like 30 to 45 seconds here to come up with the strongest move. Now, this isn't a tactic per se, or the tactic that you're used to, where you're supposed to like find some combination or win material. This is all about making the right positional decision. In this case, as we should know from just general principles in the London, White usually does not want to trade off this bishop for this knight. I mean, the bishop is usually far superior to the knight. Now, unfortunately for me, I have not played this h3 move yet, so my bishop doesn't have a safe square to drop back to. And if I play a move like bishop to g5, this doesn't quite work because of h6. And then after bishop h4, Black can play g5, and Black is happy to force bishop g3, and then my advantage has basically disappeared if I lose the bishop pair, and then Black is happy with the bishop pair, ready to play bishop g7 and e5. So going back to this position, there is a nice idea which took me some time to find, because it requires, first of all, a somewhat unusual looking move, and then requires me to find a nice tactical resource. So the move is bishop to c7. Going well deep into to Black's territory, and I almost just discarded this move because Black can just play rook c8, and I thought that, okay, if the bishop is just attacked, I would then have to retreat, and then the knight will just trade itself off for the bishop. But then what I realized, if rook c8 is played, I'm actually winning material in this position. So if you don't see the move yet, pause your video and find the very nice move White can play to win material. And the move is just rook take a7, leaving the bishop undefended. But if the bishop is taken, then very devastating move, rook a8 check, and Black, well, of course, Black can't play rook c8 because rook takes c8 mates, so Black has to play knight b8. But then after rook take b8, White has won back the piece and doing incredibly well in this position, up a pawn, and just a great position. So after I played bishop c7, it did give me some small time deficit, but I was able to preserve my bishop, and my opponent, I believe, played some move like e6, and then I played the he played a6, making sure that I can't play rook take a7 in many of these lines, and then he's threatening to play rook c8. And this is another very important move from White, to play h3 here, creating the square on h2 for the bishop, so that after rook c8, I can play bishop h2, preserving the bishop, and also threatening this fork on g4. So the knight was forced to come back to f6, and the game continued. And I eventually did win the game, in some part due to my bishop having a very nice scope along this h2 to b8 diagonal. So I hope some inspiration can be gained from this. Sometimes you have to overlap both positional chess and tactical chess, in this case, bishop c7. It's a positional move, avoiding a trade which benefits black, but uses tactics to basically make it work out for white, where the bishop does get preserved because I have enough time to play h3. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and we will see more structures like this in the coming videos. So stay tuned.
மறக்காம சர்ப்ரைஸ் பண்ணுங்க. தேங்க்யூ.